more and more people are talking about this now, but I'm gonna get straight to the point. Why does it feel like existing as a young person in 2025 is literally just difficulty impossible? Like, I hear story after story, like these genuine horror stories of, when I think about it, everyone I know, all my friends, me, if I try, it's like this general path that everyone takes, right? The regular path in life, especially in like the Western world. I mean, it's all around the world now, obviously, like school and academics and then getting a regular job. Like, that's the way of the world. That's how you do it. That's how you live. That's how you make your money. That's how you get your career. Then you're gonna find your wife, and then you're gonna settle down. You find your partner, and then you have family, and you buy a house. It's like, no, that does not work anymore. People can't even get jobs. Like, people can't even get employed. Yeah, and yet they're still saying, yeah, just go. You're gonna get your house. You're gonna get your 401k, and life will be good. You'll retire. Bro, the young people can't even retire because they're never going to get a job, like a good job. It's insane. You're working 9 to 5 the rest of your life. For so many young people, so many of Gen Z is just going to be, you're working a 9 to 5 for either the very first like long portion of your life or the rest of your life. Like, I hear it with people. Like, there's this guy that he got a degree in whatever, economics. Like, he can't get a job because I feel like these companies, they're saying they want you with a degree, right? But then so many people have these degrees and it's like no one has skill. So they're hiring the people that have skill. And they say, oh, we're hiring. No, you're not. You're hiring the select few. You're hiring the 0.8% of people are getting into your company. 0.8% of people are getting into this like scholarship program or whatever. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, what's going on? Because the more I think about it, the more I'm realizing that I only have this one option. And bro, I've been lazy and I've been doing jack shit, bro. I've been doing jack diddly. I've been doing nothing with my time right now. And I feel like this happens where I'll just be so locked in, so on, and then I don't know what happens. Get a little bit sad, get a little whatever, and you just become a little bit, you know what I mean? That's what I do sometimes. I'll just play video games. And that's it. And like, I don't even have, there's no excuse, right? Because look, if you don't care about school, and I'm going to say this right now, and I know this isn't the entirety of the video, this is not really the topic, but it's a little part here that I'm going to tell you right now that needs to be understood by me and by you, by any young person, is that if you don't like school, and if you don't want school, and a regular job to be the rest of your life, if that's not what you're looking for, if you're thinking, I want something more out of my life, I want to be rich, if you want any of that, or even if you just want freedom from having a boss, whatever, it could be any of those reasons, or any other reason. You need to know that if you aren't going to pursue or do anything good in school, you have to be doing something else. You have to be doing something else. If you're doing nothing with your time and saying, oh, the world is whatever, like, we can sit here and I'm going to talk about it because it's not good, right? The situation, the conditions right now aren't good for young people trying to get into the job market, trying to go to college. There's like 1 billion people applying to the college less than like 3%. You're not getting in. Like, you're not getting into that after like scholarship program. You're not doing it. And if you are, fine, good for you. You're in the top 1%. If you're not in the top 1% though, what do you got? What do you got going for you? And so look, this is how it is. If you want to do something else, if you want to escape whatever the rat race or the matrix, whatever you want to call it, you have to be doing something else now. You can say all you want. I've heard people come up to me and say this, and it's like, and I know I haven't even fully gotten there. I've barely done anything yet, but it's like people will say that, like, I know they'll be like, yeah, I don't really like school. I want to do some other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, man. I'm not gonna endorse that anymore if you're not doing anything else. You're just being a bum. Like, I've literally, for the past like 7-8 months of my life, there have been like 4-month period, like 4 months in total where I was just being an absolute bum. And that's why I've made no progress. That's why nothing has moved in my life. That's why I am the same. That is why nothing has changed. That's why there's been virtually no growth for the YouTube channel, for many other things in my life. And it's my fault. Right? And I have to change that. And that's why I'm kind of recording this video now. What is it like for me? It's like journaling. It's like actually getting something out there so that you guys understand kind of what's going on with me. And there is no excuse for it. Like, I can't even give you an excuse. I'm on some BS right now. You know, it's cope. You tell yourself this, that, like, oh, you know, it's fine, whatever. No. There's no cope for being young. There's no, because this comes onto you fast. You graduate high school and real life hits you. You go to college. Maybe you don't even get into a good college, right? You apply, you realize you didn't get into anywhere good. You go to a college that you don't really want to go to. You don't, social life isn't that great. You're thinking, oh, this isn't the college life I expected. You're not able to get a good job out of college. Like, college passes real fast, and then boom, you're into like the real world. And that's the average story for most people. Like, what for the average person, for the average young person, for average Gen Zer, the average Zoomer, when you get to that point where you graduated college, you need to have something else, or you are stuck in that cycle. And I'm sorry. That's how it's going to be. You either have to right then and there decide, I'm going all in on, I don't know, YouTube, on business. Like, there's nothing else. Like, the only other option is this online entrepreneurship stuff. And even here, it's not that it's oversaturated. I guess there are a lot of people trying to do it. It's just that some of it is so soulless. It's just as soulless as a corporate job, like many corporate jobs. Like, you're selling, what are you doing, drop shipping? I mean, yeah, if you get good at it, make a lot of money, then good for you, you have freedom. But it's such a difficult world, even this entrepreneurship, like making money online world. You can do it. If you put in the work, you will do it. But there's just a chance you don't make it into that top 1%, right? So if you don't make it there, what are you left with? You're left with a very difficult job market. You're left with a shit economy. You're left with, like, nothing. You were boned. And, I want to kind of maybe open your eyes a bit, because you kind of know what's going on, but you're letting things happen to you and you hear stories and stuff. But here's the reality. When you get out of college, when you graduate, there's no safety net. There's nothing there to protect you. If you don't have parents that have money to keep you at home, then you are completely on your own. There is no one there going to help you. So your only option then is you either live a 9-to-5 life where the only enjoyment you have is the weekends, and you probably work on the weekends too. The only enjoyment you have is getting off work and doing some degenerate stuff, and then repeat the cycle for the rest of your life. Like, you don't have the social life, you don't have the girlfriend, you don't have it's hell. Average life for a young person with no support, with no, financial support, family support, social network, good social network. If you don't have those things, you're boned. And so this is the option. The only option you have is this whole online entrepreneurship thing and actually making something of your skills, your talents, whatever you want to do, right? You have a passion, you have a desire, maybe it's just to make money. You have to do something. You have to build something. And, that's what I've been on and off with recently, is just building this, like, the YouTube channels. And it's just, the more I think about it, the more I realize this is it. This is it. This is everything. To me, it's everything. And when I slack off, and then, hearing me say that, right, you might be thinking, well, why aren't you working harder? Yeah, that's kind of the point I'm making this video as well for myself. I need to actually record more. I need to actually do shit again. And work really hard. But you only have this option if you don't want the other option and it's not working out for you. If you're not in the 1% of people who are making it to really good colleges and getting really good jobs after school, you're not going to be able to afford a house. You're not going to be able to afford a family. You aren't going to have this, and if you don't have this social network, right, this family blanket to fall onto, you are alone. That is the reality. And the economy, whatever the society is, nothing is there to help you or save you. It's just you versus you. And I know people say that, oh, it's you versus you, whatever. It is. There's nothing else really in your way other than yourself. All these conditions, they suck, whatever. Yeah, don't blame them, though. We can say they suck because they do for the majority of people. And, I'm in a position where I'm lucky enough where I have, like, time to figure stuff out. Not, like, that much time, but more probably than most people, and I'm grateful for that. But If you were in the situation where you're graduating high school, you're graduating college, and you're figuring out that there's no options for you, you are in a bad situation. And all of these conditions have allowed for that to happen, but that does not mean that you are going to give up and be like, oh, well, the world, this economy and society won't let me. Bro, if stuff is bad, which it is, you need to take matters into your own hands and do something about it. And even if you work hard and you work your ass off and things don't work out, at least you tried, and the hard work is its own reward on its own. Like, you need to understand that if you aren't getting results, that's not the reward. That is a reward, but the actual reward is literally just doing the hard work. Because what happens when you don't do hard work? So it's been happening to me. You feel like dog shit about yourself, about life. What happens when you do hard work? Even if you don't get results, you may be a little bit frustrated, but you are grateful for what you are doing for yourself. So there are two options really for your life. And it's to... Here we are. This is what I'm trying to say with this video. When you're really just trying to live as a young person nowadays, there are two options with life. One is you accept that the world, it may suck, and your conditions may suck really bad, and that your life right now is not set up to thrive by the economy, that government, society, whatever. It's all up to you. And you decide that you are going to do everything you can to do what you want with your life and to work hard and to feel good about yourself. And the other option is to lie down dead and say, the world, this has happened to me. And I know we're coming back to basics of like, if you have an external or internal locus of control, but this is really what it is. Because people at the end of the day are either going to choose one or the other. You can maybe choose to lie down and say, oh, this is the way the world is. It sucks. Yeah, it does. Does that mean you're allowed to just do nothing with your life? No. You chose that. That was your choice. You chose to be an absolute bum and say, oh, I'm going to live this cycle of degeneracy where I go to work, I get money, I survive, and I do the little things that give me pleasure in life. Playing video games, gambling, whatever, watching porn. That's all there is for you, right? So you can pick that life, and you can tell yourself that it will never even work out, even if you did work hard. And even if that is true, you'll never be able to experience actually having gratitude for yourself and respect for yourself, right? You're never going to respect yourself with that life, with the degenerate life, with that cycle. And I genuinely don't care. You can tell me, oh, my conditions are so horrible, whatever. Yeah, they might be. So what? Genuinely, and I know that sounds super privileged, but I've realized it. So like, after living for like 17, almost 18 years now, like there's a couple simple things you just learn, and it's that one of them is blaming conditions gets you absolutely nowhere. Yeah, sucks. Maybe you're in a horrible situation because of it. Maybe there is nothing you can do. But even if that's true, you still do everything anyways. You still work hard anyways. You still do all that anyways. Why? Because life is better that way, even if your life doesn't get better that way. And I know that might not make any sense to you, but how you feel about yourself, that is all up to you. And even if your life is exactly the same, there's two different timelines where one, you feel like dog shit about yourself, and one, you actually feel decent about yourself. Even though you're not happy with your life, you still feel decent about yourself and what you are doing. So you choose, right? It's your choice. And I know this video at first was just me like talking about how life kind of sucks for young people nowadays, and I kind of wanted to vent a little bit about that because it's what I've been thinking about a lot. It's not that my life sucks unimaginably, it doesn't, but I know a lot of people that are going to be in a big world of hurt when reality hits them. People around me, even though we live in a good area, a good neighborhood, people got money, right? The parents got money. Reality is going to hit you. Reality is going to hit every single young person as they grow up. People, if you're watching this and reality has already hit you, you know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm fortunate enough to think about this early when everyone else has it in the back of their mind, but they don't put it to the forefront and realize you got to be planning and thinking and actually building something if you want a different life. If you want that life, fine. If you want the 9-to-5 cycle, fine. But most people don't want that. And you might be saying most people aren't going to become successful entrepreneurs, whatever, and you're right. But you might as well try. Might as well try. What's the point in not trying? and just giving up. That's all I have to say. Never stop improving. You'll be grateful for it later.